Based on the recommendation, that is when your records are uploaded. But if there's a compromise there, I should not be blamed.
Okay, now let's get it straight now. Besides this blame game, for the purpose of the public now, could you tell the public, and maybe perhaps you look into the camera, to tell the public what's the procedure of obtaining a driver's license?
For a fresh applicant, you must go through a driving school. That's what we've been deliberating on since. From driving school, you go to the VIO for testing. And when you finish, once they certify you that you are fit to drive, then you pay the prescribed fee. And you are recommended for
How much is the prescribed fee?
6,350 for 3 years, or 10,000.
6,350
for 3 years.
For 3 years.
Or 10,350 for 5 years.
For 5
it's your
years.
choice, depending on what you can afford.
Okay.
Then you do your capture. Then you get the temporary license.
I would like to see Nigeria joining the league of the top 20 safest roads.
Nations
in the world,
yeah,
in terms of driving.
Yeah.
What's the assurance? Is this really feasible? What are you doing to ensure that we bridge this gap?
We've seen where the problem lies. It takes the cooperation of all. If everybody plays their parts effectively, with highest level of integrity, I think the nation will be better off.
Do you think the government of the day is supporting the FRC?
I must appreciate the efforts of Mr. President so far. If you look at the successes we have achieved so far, Mr. President's passion is a reflection of his passion towards this. I think we've added better logistics, and it's increasing, and that the support too from the World Bank. All the heavy-duty tow trucks are from the World Bank through the Federal Ministry of Works.
Before we wind down this conversation now, we're in August now,
yeah,
and the years gradually...
You start talking about Ember.
And you don't want to imagine the vehicular traffic in some of these designated roads. What's the state of the roads now, and what's the plan of the FRAC to make sure that they have a safe driving and a pleasurable ride?
I think I have a challenge. The roads are getting better. I'm having problem with road users on speed. Speed is a major problem now. It accounts for 50% of the crashes. And we are moving towards the Ember now. So my focus is on advocacy, enlightenment, and education. For this year's budget, which implementation has started, I'm going to procure more radar guns, because it's only commercial vehicles that have the speed limiting device. So we're going to use more radar guns. I've already, the majority of our commands now, we have the radio communication. The patrol cars are fitted with the VHF now. So I need more radar guns to be able to detect the speed of these private vehicles. They don't have speed limiting device. But like I said, we focus more on advocacy, education, and enlightenment. That's the most important thing. Then we seek the support of Nigerians to be more careful. Ember months requires, vehicular density increases. A lot of activity. That's the last quarter of the year. And people want to do so many things. That is when you have conferences, conventions, seminars, and towns programs. So we believe from the record of last year, we should be able to improve on it.
Are you thinking of introducing a more digital application in terms of tracking down offenders, the faulters?
We have that already. That's the national offender. You see, we have 3 databases in the country now. We have the driver's license, we have the vehicle registration, and the offenders database. That's the one I'm working on now to get the state traffic management agencies to key into, so that we have, when we are now reporting about offenders in the country, it will involve the offenders arrested by the state traffic management agencies. The
Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi, thank you so much for making our time to be part of this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Benga.
Wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
And that's it on this episode of Question Time from Channels Television. What's been your driving experience along the major highways across the country? You can send us a comment on our social media platforms showing right on your screen. You can join us next week for a fresh episode of the show. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashiru. Bye for now.